When did you end up at DEI? You came to DEI not to the cup deal, as people would know you
Right.
as a crew chief for Michael Waltrip, but you came to DEI for a short spell to work on the Xfinity program, and I think maybe David Green was driving it at the time.
Jeff Green.
Jeff Green,
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
it was 91.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they hired me in 90, and 1991 is when Jeff drove full time.
They hired you in 90.
That's right.
Dad was still driving the car.
That's right.
And then Jeff is the first full-time. You're going full-time race.
Right.
They hired you and said, hey, man,
Yep.
we're going full-time.
Right.
And so I remember when you came. I remember the very first day that you came there. Now, I don't remember, like, particular moments, but I remember, so forever it had been Rick Boss, Tony Sr., Tony Jr.,
Right.
and that was it.
And Bugs. Can't forget Bugs.
Right, sweeping the floors and carrying on, Bugs cleaning up. You're like one of the first, if not the first, outside hire.
Right.
And so I was like, oh man, they're getting serious. This is a legit race team now.
It's an enterprise.
Yeah, they're really going after this. And so you brought your toolbox, like a mechanic, like when moving from dealership to dealership, right? When you get hired, you take your toolbox out of that bay and you take it down the street to the other dealership, and you roll it in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was trying to get something out of your toolbox. I don't remember why, but I was looking for something and I broke the drawer. Do you remember this?
You're the one.
Yeah.
Nobody fessed up to me.
I did it.
It was you.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you an invoice.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I thought Tony Jr. did it.
No, it was me.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
See?
I don't know why.
What 30 years later, here we are.
I need to get this off my chest. So
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, I don't know what
I still have that toolbox.
Do you?
Yeah,
Is
I
it
do.
still broke?
No, I fixed
You
it.
fixed it
Yeah.
good. I don't remember what broke or how it broke, but it's something about the drawer, the locking system in the drawer with the lid
Yep.
up or down, right? And I was
I
probably
just fixed it this winter.
No.
Yep. I got the parts. I'm going to give you the broken part.
If you want it to break again, just let Dale Jr. Borrow something from
It
you.
was a snap-on toolbox, and it was the top lid, and it had a little lever you had to pick up to close it. And Bull Moose over here obviously didn't understand how it all worked.
Oh, so you're talking about that little brace at the end. So now it wouldn't
Close all the way.
It wouldn't close.
Yep.
sorry.
I didn't know it was you, dude.
It was me.
Well, shit.
How did you do that?
I don't know. I was over.
He was checking. It was someone's had a new toolbox. No one's ever brought a
Yeah.
toolbox to DEI except me. So
Yeah. I recognized quickly that it was not any of
normal.
ours, right? And I'm like, and then
Man.
I broke it, and I was like, oh, I think I was trying to close it or something, and I don't know.
I just fixed that this winter. I swear
That's
to God.
crazy.
Yep. I'll take a
Yeah.
picture of it.
It was me.
This
I
is
felt-
so funny.
hey, you know what?
You guys would be teammates for years at Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, and you never said a thing about
Never,
this
ever.
toolbox until now.
I accused Tony Jr.
Yeah,
Like-
well, he can be. let
He
off the
probably
hook
knew,
now.
but never would tell you. Dang.
So,
But good times, man.
well, look, I didn't know Slugger, and I didn't know how he would react. Like, this guy's gonna go. He don't give a damn who I am, right? He might chew my ass off, and I knew. If I broke Tony Sr., I knew what I was gonna get, and I'm like, you know what? I can avoid this chewing
Yeah.
and just pretend like nothing happened.
It's the new guy.
Yeah.
Named Slugger.
Right.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
want to break
Yeah, right.
Slugger's toolbox.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, right.
Right.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
This guy's name is Slugger.
Right.
What the
Yeah.
hell's?
I'm going to scoot on out of this
I'm
shop
not
before
gonna-
anybody notices.
I'm not gonna go tell Slugger I broke it.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah. So how long did you work there? It was brief.
I worked there for a couple of years.
Really?
Yeah.
God, it felt like 6 months.
It's because you never went back into the shop after
Yeah.
that.
No, it might have been just over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And so, what was your what's your memories of that particular experience? You know, I bet it's hard to compartmentalize the two because you did come back to DEI for a very long period of time,
Right.
and that has to be
Yeah.
saturating your memory. But being part of that little Xfinity team when trying to get that going full time.
it was a neat experience for me because just one, to work for your dad, and two, to work in a shop that had deer head and animals all over the place. It was crazy environment. But I'll never forget, the parts room was upstairs, and Tony Sr. told me to go upstairs and go to the top of the stairs and get this off the shelf up there. So I had walked upstairs, and I was just in awe. It's like my second or third day there. And I got to the top of the stairs, and I took a left, and I didn't know where the hell I was. I wasn't in the parts room. And I found this duffel bag on the floor, and it was full of cash. So I went downstairs, and I told Tony Sr., I said, man, I couldn't find that part you were telling me about, but I said, there's a duffel bag full of cash. He goes, you dumb son of a bitch, I told you to take a right.
Yeah.
He said, that's where Dale Senior stuff's at. So anyway, he had a bunch of money.
Wandered into Daddy's.
Yeah, I was in the wrong area. I was like, I'm surprised I didn't get shot. But no, it was definitely a great experience working with the Uries. You know, we drove in the vans
Yes.
to all the racetracks, had a good time. And that's something that I think we miss in today's world, is that environment of just the bonding of riding in the vans.
Yeah. Driving to all of the racetracks,
Right.
Dover, everywhere.
Talladega,
in a 15 passenger
Daytona,
van. Were you there the year that me and Carrie went to Atlanta with y'all? Were you part of that deal?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we had a great time in the Atlanta in the hotel bar.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So when and you know this, so maybe you can confirm. Back then, not only did you ride in a 15-passenger van to the racetrack, when you got to the hotel on Thursday or whatever, you went in, put your bag in the floor of the lobby, checked in, got your room key, and walked straight into the bar.
That's right.
You didn't even take your bag upstairs. I've seen them do this, and I'm like, y'all aren't going to take your bag to your room? Nope. We'll get it later. And I'm like, okay. And they go into me and Carrie, we run our bag up to the room. We come back downstairs, and they're on the damn gas in this bar until midnight. And they come out, grab their bags, and go upstairs then. Like they were in such a...
But back then, we didn't have per diem. We had a credit card.
Yeah.
We had Dale Senior's credit card, so we just let it rip, and it was definitely a good
Just
time.
find that hard to believe he'd let y'all just do that. But again, I think he's cut out of that.
Tony Senior had some pull.
Yeah.
Right. So are we talking about Tony Senior, Tony Junior, is Bug? I mean, like whoever
Yeah.
is this
Bugs
the team?
was shop foreman.
Okay, he's not
he kept
traveling.
the shop clean. Yeah.
Right,
He didn't travel.
Yep. But you know what I remember the most about working for your dad back then was, like, when you went to work every day, you didn't know if you were going to work on the race car, if you're going to be out in the farm building a fence, trapping
hunting.
deer. Yeah, I mean, you never knew what you were going to do.
Yeah.
And your dad is actually the first guy that taught me to weld without a welding helmet, because I was building a fence with him out in a pasture, and I'd always put my helmet on. He said, "You're wasting damn time putting your helmet on." So he taught me how to hold the helmet away from my head and weld. So it's a crazy thing, but some of the stuff you remember.
Just look through the helmet.
Yeah, look through the glass and not take the time to put the helmet on your
Yeah.
head. So it's just silly stuff.
Okay, then give us an idea. When you work out of the Deerhead shop, you show up in the morning at what time?
7.
Okay, so and where are you living at that point?
I live 10 minutes away.
So you show up. Is Dale in there to greet you guys? Who's in there when you get there?
Just normal guys working on the cars.
So then, would Dale just drop in and?
What are you doing? I'm just working on this. Well, come with me. I need you to do this. And you go out and work on the farm and do whatever. One time on a Saturday, they brought a whole horse trailer full of deers that we had to, they were tranquilized, and we had to drag them out in the pasture, and they would shoot them back with something to bring them back.
Really?
Yeah, you've never heard that?
No,
Yeah,
I never saw that.
Yeah, so I guess he had got some deer from Pocono or something like that, and they came in on a horse trailer.
Bucks.
Yeah, so we would drag them out, put them on the ground. They would give them some kind of shot or something to reverse the tranquilizer.
Fire them up.
And they would, like, fall over on their feet because their feet weren't working. Yeah, I mean, just normal shit on a DEI. Yeah. I mean, dude, it was crazy. Like, Tony Sr. will tell you a better story than me, but, yeah, it was.
That's a good one.
You just never knew every day, Mike, what's going to happen today. And then I couldn't wait to get home and tell my wife, like, man, we did this today. You can't believe this, you know. But, I mean, it was an honor to work for your dad. It really was.
I agree, man. It was fun. It was fun to be around because you're right. You never knew what was going to happen.
Right.
And can we just appreciate the fact that, I mean, the most Dale Earnhardt awesome story ever, add one to the list. There's just a duffel bag full of cash in a hallway that you just,
I got yelled at.
Yeah, of course you got yelled at, but it's just, man,
Yep.
we got to stop and appreciate this. It's a moment.
Man, we used to go up in the trees with nets, and the deer would come by, and we'd drop the net on the deer. I mean, dude, it was like all kind of crazy we did work.
I remember that.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah, you had the firing caps.
Yep.
Out in the field, they had this giant net on these poles, and it had these firing caps at the end and blasting caps. And so they would put something like corn or whatever to get the deer to come under there. And Dad had particular bucks that he wanted to tag,
right? So
that he was managing his deer herd on his property, and we would sit 300, 400 yards away, and they'd have spotting scopes, and all those guys are like drinking beer and like, oh, look at there, like, here comes that buck I wanted to catch. Here he comes, and right to the corn, hit the button, blasting caps. The blasting caps go off, and the net falls on top of the deer, and they go hauling over there. and they climb on top of these deer. The deer are fine. But they're under a net, and they would tag it, and then they're like, "All right, man, we're gonna peel this net back. Everybody get ready," because that's something you didn't know what the damn deer was gonna do. He comes running out from under there. He's hauling, but. Yeah. You didn't know if he's going to turn and haul.
This sounds like an amazing day at work. Why do you leave?
I got paid to do it.
I mean, you got paid to do it. Somebody's listening to this right now going, I am going to try this net thing.
Yeah.
No, it was cool. I honestly do not remember, Dale, why I'd left.